Hey there, Nicki Traikos from Li-Fi Design. In today's video, I wanted to share something a little different with you. I want to talk to you about creativity. My goal with Li-Fi Design and what I do with teaching classes is I want to create ways for you to express your creative side, your artistic side, and make time to connect to paper, whether you're painting, whether you're lettering, because for me, when I'm in a creative mode and I'm at my desk and I'm in my own personal space and I'm painting, creating, and just free-flowing, I feel so much joy and inspiration and excitement and energy that I feel like we don't connect enough to our creative side. Don't get me wrong, I love technology and I am so addicted to my devices. But when you create a very tactile process with painting or with lettering, it inspires something different in you. Like I said, I feel like it uplifts me, it inspires me, it creates some excitement. And it's something that I want to talk to you today about. So I want to share with you my top 3 ways that you can make room and create space so that you can express your creative side and hopefully spark that joy and that excitement that I feel when I'm in the process. So my first tip for you is to not make it complicated. So if you're just starting out, maybe it's calligraphy that you're looking at, brush lettering, whether it's a dip pen, or maybe you're looking to explore watercolor painting. What I want you to do is to keep in mind that you don't have to start with a huge kit and make a massive investment in products. You really need to just have very simple toolkit, simple supplies so that you can actually just start creating. Sometimes we wait for the perfect time where we have the perfect products or the perfect tools, and that's not going to happen. And I also, when I teach, I show you mistakes that I make and I show you pieces that I don't love because life's not perfect and you're not going to love everything that you paint or everything that you letter. So a simple tool, a simple journal that you're working in, a simple paintbrush and paint, and then just get started. So if you don't know what to start with, go ahead and look at my watercolor supply list video or my calligraphy supply list video so that I can show you just the basics, and that's what I want you to start with, okay? So simplify your toolkit is tip number 1. So tip number 2 is all about creating the space so that you can take that simple supply kit and sit down and actually do the creative part. So what I like to do is, I'm very fortunate that I have a studio space that I work at in my home. Some of you may not have that, but if you can invest in a very small table and a comfortable chair and put it in a corner of a room, whether it's your basement, your living room, your bedroom, maybe you have a spare room, or maybe you can share space with someone. All I want you to do is set up a dedicated table where you can have that as your creative space. Make sure you've got some good lighting, so a tabletop lamp is fantastic. And I want you to be able to leave your supplies out, because if they're out, you are going to walk past them and be reminded that, oh, if I spend 20 minutes, I know it's going to make me feel good. You won't have the excuse of, oh, I need to then pull out my toolkit, take everything out, then clean it up, put it back away. No, you want to be able to leave it out. If you have small kids, make sure they can't reach it. If you have animals who are curious, make sure they can't reach it. So just invest in a little table. IKEA is great. I get a lot of my office supply furniture from there. But invest in a small table, comfy chair, good lighting, and have your tools out so that you can sit down and spend that time creating, okay? So that was tip number 2. Tip number 3 is creating the time. So what you want to do is schedule some time in your day, in your week, so that you can be creative and find that joy and spend that time for yourself, selfishly, okay? But not selfish in a negative way. We need to fill ourselves up in order to give back to everyone. I am a mom of 2 kids. I've worked from home for as long as I can remember, and sacrificing time for myself, or creating, I shouldn't say sacrificing, creating that time for myself is something that I'm learning to do more and more. I find that I have good intentions, I have a full open schedule, and then life happens, the kids need me, something happens with the family member, or just the car breaks down, or I need to do grocery shopping. So that will happen constantly. If we say no sometimes when we've dedicated time to our creative craft, then we're able to carve out that time for ourselves, and everyone around us will appreciate and respect that. So I'll give you an example. I was getting ready for an art show. It was a big art show for me. I think I needed to have 7 to 10 pieces of large scale art to produce for that show. I needed large blocks of time so that I could paint and create. So I said to my family, I wanted to paint on Sunday afternoons after we had our family lunch. Everyone could go off and do their own thing. I needed a good 2-3 hours every Sunday that I could paint. So that was the first block of time that I dedicated. Because I created that time myself, and I showed the respect to myself. My family, they knew that was mom's time. That was time that they could go off, do their own thing. If they needed something, they could call dad. Unless they were bleeding or seriously injured, they wouldn't bug me. And I was able to create some really great art. I actually had a few breakthroughs during that time. And then I found it trickled into the rest of my week because it filled me up so much. I saw improvement and saw success and was getting excited by what I was producing. I was able then to sit at my desk and create more throughout the week. Okay, so you need to decide what works best for your schedule, whether it's first thing in the morning or whether it's maybe the last thing you do at night. Sacrifice watching Netflix and sit down and show your creative side a little bit of respect and appreciation. Okay, so carving out time can be a little bit challenging, but when you have a simple toolkit, a dedicated workspace, and then you've carved out that time, you will see that it will be easier for you to sit and explore that creative side, and you then will be able, hopefully, to enjoy what I feel when I'm able to sit at my desk and create. I feel exactly that same joy, that excitement, that inspiration, and even boost of energy. Okay, so I want to challenge you. Go ahead and try instilling those 3 tips and let me know what you think. Let me know what happens in the comments below. I want to also ask you to subscribe, so make sure you don't miss out on any future episodes that I'm producing for this YouTube channel. I've got so many ideas in mind. And follow me along at lifeidesign.com on social media, as well as connect with me on my website, lifeidesign.com. Make sure you click the thumbs up and like this video. And again, share with me what it is that you set aside time for and how you felt, what happened with it. I'd love to hear. Thanks again. I'll see you in the next video.